for 10 years. Texas Tech in the home whites with the ball first. Glad you're with us tonight here in Lubbock. Both these teams top 10 in the nation in opposing shooting percentage. An open three from the corner by Tariq Owens off the mark, just his 13th three-point attempt of the year.
Yeah, boy, I was about to say, Jared Culver's got a mismatch inside. Go into him early, and Tariq Owens has only made 2 3-point field goals all season. Bet that wasn't the shot that Chris Beard wanted to start.
Brady Manek off the mark. These teams have struggled from three coming in, and both two of the best and not allowing three-pointers. In fact, Texas Tech, best in the nation opponents, just hitting 24% of their shots from beyond the arc. Owens takes it inside this time. No whistle on the contact. Davide Marie, coming off a career-high 19 Saturday, gives us our game's first points.
You know, Tariq Owens didn't realize the defensive player fell down. He was standing in front of the rim with nobody guarding him, but kicked it out to Moretti. Moretti picking up right where he left off Saturday against Kansas State.
Aaron Calixte, one of 2 key transfers on this Oklahoma squad. He's off the mark from three.
Now, the last 4 games, Oklahoma has shot right at about 25% behind the line. You're not going to beat Texas Tech. You're going to have to shoot better than that from three.
Speaking of key transfers, Matt Mooney, transfer from South Dakota, wearing number 13, feeds Mooney. He's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Boy, you just see the confidence that Moretti has started this game with.
Double figures in both his Big 12 games after an 8-game stretch in single figures. Now it's Matt Mooney. Owens fighting for the rebound, but out of his 88th start of his career tonight, his numbers are modest. He's the spiritual leader of this team.
He's the tough guy. Chris Beard talking today at practice, telling us just how impressed he is with Odiase's toughness.
Here's Christian James averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds a game. Both lead the Sooners. Miles Reynolds, along with Calixte, the 2 key.
When you attack this elite level defense, you cannot over penetrate. But once you get into the paint or you make the defense shift, look to the weak side. You're going to have open shots. They may be contested by the time you release them, but those are the shots you got to knock down to beat Texas Tech.
Calixte gets on Moretti, who takes it inside. A slam dunk by Odiase.
Davide Moretti is a completely different player the last 2 games. He is playing with such a high level of confidence.
Christian Doolittle, who have stepped up since Jermoney McNee sprained his right ankle in late November. OU's big man, Doolittle, 6'7" himself, 4 straight games in double figures.
He's been great. You know, the last 4, he's averaged 14 points per game. The 8 before that, he averaged under 6 points per game. Doolittle playing best basketball of his career.
Kyler Edwards off the mark, and here comes Calixte. Feeding Doolittle, the swat by Edwards. Manek saves it for the Sooners. Out of bounds. Moretti comes out to a hand from the crowd, 6 early points. Off the inbounds, James.
What about Christian James? Averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds. One of only 2 players in the country to average those numbers. And surprisingly, Jared Culver is not the other one.
6 in a row by the Sooners after the 8-0 Texas Tech start. Owens off the mark. James drives on Mooney, lowered his shoulder. However, it'll be
that foul to be called.
Lon Kruger saying that Christian Doolittle so much more confident offensively, and they're feeding him the.
Not been in double figures the last 4 games. 13 points, 14 points, 12 points, 16 points. Talk about taking advantage of an opportunity.
Moretti after the quick breather, back on the floor. Calixte covers. Mooney around an Owens screen. 10 to shoot. Mooney drives in on Doolittle. Deshaun Croker, who sees the shot clock, fires, unable net.
Really good defense that time by Oklahoma.
for the lead. Manek. Tech off the scoreboard in quite a while. Moretti, one of the alley-oop to Owens. Pass was tipped out of bounds from beyond the arc. Best opposing three-point percentage in the nation. How can Oklahoma then get it to around that 35% mark?
Well, they've had some good looks, right? I mean, Brady Manek had a good look. Christian James knocked one down. They've had good, clean looks.
Jamani McNeese, wearing number 4, is on the floor. Re-aggravated his right ankle on Saturday, but keeps giving it a go. And there's Christian James, who struggled. In fact, his last 4 games, just over 25% from beyond the arc. 2 threes today, and OU on top.
Yeah, 7 for 27 coming into this game. And boy, I love the way Christian James is playing basketball the last month, other than the fact he's struggling. But, man, he has been so good.
And Moretti keep his handle on the ball, but Oklahoma there defensively. A rare touch for Culver in the early going with 3 on the shot clock. Moves on James to the rim. Ball didn't hit iron. A shot clock violation.
He has had 6 double-doubles out of the last 7 games. I mean, you talk about a light switch going off. This kid has been outstanding for Oklahoma.
A 9-0 Sooner run after the 8-0 Texas Tech start. James wins another one. Tip of the rebound. Jamal Bieniemy chases it down, the true freshman from Katy, Texas. Bieniemy running the point, just over 3 assists a game in his first season.
Good
Tough
defense.
Moretti intercepts the pass.
Slowest pass in basketball is the bounce pass. Moretti, a lot of time for him to run through.
And what Jarrett Culver can do, blowing by the OU defense.
Jarrett Culver did not score against West Virginia in the first half, had 18 points in the second half, and then really struggled Saturday against Kansas State. I expect Jarrett Culver to have a monster game here this season.
Coming in, averaging just under 19 points a contest to pace the Red Raiders. Doolittle.
Boy, he's good. He's a different kid. He is playing such good basketball right now.
His season average is 8 points and 6 boards. Looking double figures in his last 4. 5 so far today, and Jarrett Culver beginning to heat up.
Lon Kruger saying something to Jamani McNeese coming down the floor. McNeese came out and really barked at his teammates.
Doolittle again. Way off. Culver. The outlet to Mooney. He'll slow it down. Moretti, sophomore from Bologna, Italy. Feeding Mooney with 4 to shoot. Got James up in the air. Unable to connect. Rashard Odoms, the senior from Copperas Cove, Texas, inside and connects.
Oh, beautiful drop step by Odoms that time. Boy, he got in there, jump stop, and then drop step over that right shoulder.
His numbers modest, 5 points a game, but Lon Kruger says consistently gives energy and effort. Putting OU back on top. Mooney gets inside James, challenges McNeese, lost the ball.
Let me tell you what Lon Kruger did that's really cool. They went on the road and played at UT San Antonio and at UT Rio Grande Valley. The reason they went on the road, Blue Hill at UT-RVG, and that's really, there aren't a lot of coaches that would take a program like OU into those arenas, and that's a sign of respect and loyalty that Lon Kruger has for those 2 young men.
Also UT Rio Grande Valley, formerly Texas Pan American, where Lon Kruger was first a head coach back in 1982, 1983. Matt Mooney makes his 2 free throws. Tech comes out in the zone, up by 1. Oklahoma 5 of 14 in the early going. Make that 33% shooting as Bieniemy's off the mark. Culver 4 points. Manek gets the defensive assignment here. got tripled. Owens feeds Corprew. 7 to shoot.
Good step through.
Inline Odoms, Corprew's first points.
Corprew with a beautiful up and under and then stepping through the backboard. Really nice footwork.
This Texas Tech pack line defense trying to force teams to go outside, but Manek, the pretty move, unable to finish. Now a tie-up.
Go like they're doing a 2-3 zone. And what they do is they line up in a 2-3, and as soon as OU comes across the floor, then they go man-to-man, and that's out of respect for Lon Kruger and the plays that he sets up out of timeouts.
After the Corprew foul, Calixte his first points, and we're tied up. Culver, his third goal in the early going.
Yeah, and that was with really good defense by Calixte. I mean, Calixte was right in his face, but 5'11" Calixte and 6'5" Jared Culver.
Oklahoma, the oldest major conference team in the country, averaging 21.1 years of age. One of their seniors spins off the mark on the drive, and here comes Culver. Halfway through the first half, David Salzman, Reed Geddes with you from Lubbock. Foul before the shot, 11 straight games before his 9-point performance Saturday. The hero of the West Virginia game to open Big 12 play, 18 second half points. Red Raiders have their first ever win in Morgantown. Tough pass, Mooney the catch, 3 from the corner. Got it. His first 3.
I started to say a really good pass from Kyler Edwards, but it was really a good catch. Matt Mooney snagged the fastball.
Loudest the crowd has been in quite some time. Manek. Tipping in Odoms, his second field goal.
I like that post move by Brady Manek. 6'9". He showed good poise, got a good look at the rim.
One thing neither team will really do is be impatient offensively. Down to 10 to shoot for Edwards. Manek covers the freshman. And a whistle away. This was always the level of basketball I wanted. 11 points a game for Mooney coming in.
You know, so many people talking about how does Texas Tech, surprised with the way they've started, surprised other people. And they've done it with the defensive identity. And so the transfers, Matt Mooney is first in the Big 12.
Our Women's Hoop Thursday night showcase, #1 Notre Dame hosting #2 Louisville at the Joyce Center, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Moretti inside, Odiase.
Now that's the second time Texas Tech has scored on almost the same identical play, and that's Moretti to Odiase.
Couple of assists for Moretti, in addition to his 2 threes. Odoms again draws the foul. Just like Chris Beard did, he's making double what he did when he arrived after a great season in Little Rock in 2016.
Listen, there's a keep Chris Beard, and I tell him the same thing. You've had a lot of coaches that nobody wants, right? And so the fact that now Chris's name is being floated for the biggest of the biggest jobs, man, that's a compliment. Don't worry about that. Enjoy what he's built, what he's instilling, and man, if I had to bet, I bet he's here for the long term and the long run. Such a good fit for Chris Beard.
Told us earlier today about this year's Red Raider squad. Defense is our identity. So far, Oklahoma, 33% shooting, but within 3 as we're just under 8 minutes. Already catches the zip of the pass from Culver. 6 to shoot now. Mooney fades away. Foul on the rebound.
Forced Odiase to come over his shoulder to draw that foul. Christian Doolittle has had a really nice start to this game.
5 points for the junior from Edmond, Oklahoma. 16 points, 8 rebounds in the win Saturday over Oklahoma State. Cowboys earlier today getting their first Big 12 conference win, holding off Texas in Stillwater.
A serious mismatch. Moretti chasing Brady Manek around.
Reynolds inside finds it for the layup.
Hey, credit Miles Reynolds. I mean, Miles Reynolds was sitting there watching Manek run, and Manek went from one side to the other side and went down the baseline. And Miles Reynolds recognizing the mismatch with 6'3" Moretti trying to guard Manek.
Owens. 2 of 12 3 coming in, 0 of 2 tonight.
I don't know why he keeps taking that shot. And at some point, I always look over the bench and think somebody's going to yell, and they're just not going to. They're encouraging him to be more well-rounded, not to just be identified as a shot blocker.
Fight for the ball, a tie-up, still Oklahoma.
Leadership, and well, those are nice terms when you talk about a graduate kid who's come in and just going to be here for one season.
10.5 points a game for Reynolds coming in. Manek fires, but a rebound down. Culver. Tip taking it away from Corcoran.
Doolittle's alive. Every time the ball comes off, Doolittle's touching it. Oh, nice defense by Moretti.
Here's Doolittle. 7 points for the junior. Oklahoma on top, an 8-2 run.
That was outstanding execution by Oklahoma on a push-down defensive.
Dribble worked, crossover didn't. James the tip, 2-on-1. Reynolds, 2 and a foul.
Not a surprise.
Culver just picked up his first foul. So Miles Reynolds, Aaron Calixte. You can't replace Trey Young. Biggest Oklahoma lead is 4. Texas Tech got off to an 8-0 lead. Oklahoma would score the last 9, or the next 9 rather, back and forth since. Reynolds the tip. Culver rescues. Shot clock did not reset. Not a 10. Moretti looking for his third 3. How has Oklahoma had this much success so far? 27 points, 5 minutes to go first half. Tech just giving up 53 a game.
They've done a really good job rebounding the ball, and they've executed more clean shots against Texas Tech than I've seen this year in the first half.
Reynolds had the open look. Unable to hit the 3, just hitting 26% of them coming in.
They only made 7 prior to this game.
Culver foul. The Ding Dome, then Zion Williamson and number 1 Duke are in Tallahassee to take on the number 13 Knowles in a Sonic trip. He's a Coronado High School graduate. Really in decades, in fact. Some people say you got to go all the way back to Craig Ehlo.
That's what I was about to say. The only guy I can think of is
He went to Monterey High School here in the 70s.
Yeah.
Couple of good years at Washington State, then an awfully solid NBA career, especially in Cleveland. Christian James, his senior from Houston with 9.
Shooting 36% from the three-point line. Christian James really carrying them offensively right now.
Tyler Edwards unable to answer. 5-point Sooner lead on the road. Looking to extend the lead with just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. Matt Freeman, junior from Auckland, New Zealand, off the mark. Second chance, Doolittle tips the ball to James.
Well, that's Matt Freeman's game. He's a pick-and-pop guy, wants to shoot the 3. Has struggled just 2 for 13 in the last 13 attempts, and now 2 for 14.
Tough fade away by the enemy. The third chance, Doolittle off the mark. Now a fight for it and a tie.
Buddy Hield's team, and so everyone's talking his sophomore year, you know, you're going to replace Buddy. You're going to slow your roll. Nobody's going to replace Buddy Hield, and he struggled with his confidence. And then last year, so much emphasis on Trey Young. And a lot of kids would have checked out, either mentally or would have literally checked out and transferred. Good at basketball as any wing player in America, and I'm really proud of this kid.
Catch and shoot downs, and there's James with the rebound. Those 6 double-doubles you mentioned for James, second in the Big 12 to Dedrick Lawson's 10.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. 104 games, he had 0 double-doubles.
Oklahoma shooting 37%. Tech opponents coming in at 33%. Tough shot, Reynolds. He gets the second chance. Jarrett Culver, 8 points in the first half. They double him, pass inside. Owens, second opportunity.
Attention, Jarrett Culver draws. He dribbles in there, and he's double, triple teamed. And nice job finding Tariq Owens.
James. Owens the rebound. And a foul, maybe on Christian James.
No, I think that's on.
Texas Tech 40% shooting, 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. They've made just 2 of their last 10. James guards Culver. Owens to the Manic tip, and then throws it away. Doolittle the steal.
Fans want to palm the enemy with an ugly dribble, but not an illegal dribble.
Hill. For the tie. How physical this game is. That's what both teams do so well.
Yeah, really physical. Nice job going to the offensive board that time by Deshaun Corprew.
Jamal Bieniemy, the only scholarship freshman on Lon Kruger Sooners, handles the basketball. Manic, 6-point Sooner lead. Manic's first 3.
He is an excellent three-point shooter. Has struggled as of late making shots.
Really off the mark. Trying to win it a foul.
Boy, a lot of contact on that play.
Nice job, Bieniemy finding Manic. And Manic draws the 8 o'clock Eastern. Then the Pistons are at Staples to battle the Lakers. Our coverage begins with NBA Countdown.
Though Brady has scored over 15 points in 4 of the
added 20 pounds in the offseason and has increased his rebounding this year by.
Texas Tech is number 2 in the country in points per game. 53 points per game. Has to be very pleased with 35 points here in the first half.
Culver looking to get into double figures. What a great time to come to Texas Tech last season when he have the leadership of Keenan Evans, Smith, and everyone he learned from. He says, our guys last year defined who I am now. Chris Beard says people
this time because the ball's inbounded on the half court.
And Riddles gets inside Culver. Owens the swat. 11-0 when out rebounding their opponent coming in. James right back to Bieniemy. Reynolds chases it down. Moretti the strip. And Moretti's going to come away with shot clock and game clock about even.
Nice, tough play on the defensive end by Moretti.
Moretti, 2 threes to begin the scoring of this one. Off the scoreboard since. Mooney feeds Culver. 5 to shoot. Turnaround over Doolittle.
When I talked about it, we thought he was going to have a big game. And boy, he sure did in the first half.
He was the first player Chris Beard called when he arrived here in Lubbock as head coach of Bay. That's the big fella's second.
Interesting first play out of the locker room. Oklahoma trying to go inside to Christian Doolittle.
Calixte over Odiase around the rim and out. Texas Tech 39% shooting in the first half, just 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. Mooney. Still 11 to shoot for Moretti. Trying to feed Odiase out of bounds.
Beneath the screen, and the way that Moretti's shooting that 3 ball, slow down a little, realize where the defensive player is, step back in that pocket and bury it.
Odiase comes out. Texas Tech goes smaller here. The 6'5" sophomore Corprew on the floor. From the corner, James just missed a 3. Mooney, the lob to Owens. James might have got his hand on the ball. Missed off the front iron. Culver the steal. Moretti, first points since back-to-back threes to begin the game.
A good, sound, fundamental basketball by Jarrett Culver. with a good pass ahead to Moretti.
Some contact. Wanted a foul, didn't get one. With numbers, Moretti throws behind Culver. Corprew saves, and then James takes it away. Riddles the other way. Owens the block. James gets all.
Good, strong rebound by Christian James. Well, that was bad execution on that fast break. Texas Tech had a 3-on-1. When you have a 3-on-1, the guy in the middle needs to stop, turn it into a 2-on-1, increase the distance the defensive player's got to cover.
Both teams' biggest lead in the first half was 8. Texas Tech down 4. 8 on the shot clock for Moretti. 4 to shoot. Corprew did not get it off in time.
To a 2-on-1, and then the defensive player, you make him dictate which one he's going to pick up, and it's easier to score a layup.
And it was Riddles the tip to thwart that fast break.
A lot of three-pointers from OU to start the second half. I would expect this ball to go inside the paint or someone to attack the basket.
Oklahoma down to 5 of 16 from beyond the arc now. 0 of 2 this half. Calixte sets things up. Owens covers. Calixte at 5'11". Owens at 6'10". Finding Manek for 3.
A nice job. Brady Manek had a mismatch. He was inside and he was clogging things up. And as Calixte started dribbling, he faded out to the perimeter, and a nice find by Aaron.
Sooner lead up to 7, just under 3 minutes into half number 2. Corprew, the transfer from nearby South Plains College in Levelland, Texas, gets his second field goal. Doolittle got inside. Owens recovers and gets the swat. Culver, 14 for the sophomore.
Nice unselfish basketball by Deshaun Corprew.
Calixte silenced the crowd.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. I mean, it got loud, and players on the bench were saying louder, and Chris Beard was calling for louder. Oh, a nice jump shot by Aaron Calixte.
6 for the transfer from Maine, the former Black Bear.
Oklahoma switching everything. A lot of different people guarding Jarrett Culver.
Shot clock down to 6. Owens sets the screen for Culver. They double. Now with 2 to shoot, Culver forces it. Almost in.
Not very good execution that time.
Oklahoma 3 of 8 shooting this half.
6'9" on 5'11".
That pass slotted away by Edwards. Here comes Moretti, and he gets pushed to the floor.
He was just trying to stop the layup, and that's the right call. It was a flagrant one and good officiating, but man, I held my breath. And this year especially, a defenseless, a player that...
With you from the United Supermarkets Arena here in Lubbock. Texas Tech 2-0 in league play. First ever win at West Virginia, followed by a home win Saturday against Kansas State. Oklahoma winning Bedlam over Oklahoma State Saturday. Before that, a loss at Kansas. Here comes Bieniemy for the Sooners. James called for the trouble.
That pivot foot.
Lon Kruger looks on, coach of the year in the Big 12, SEC, and Mountain West. Of course, Oklahoma making the Final Four back in 2016. Hoping the Sooners can get what would be a huge road win over the number 8 team in the nation.
Good rotation by Christian Doolittle.
Mooney steps back. Doolittle aboard.
If I'm Texas Tech next time down, I make sure Jarrett Culver gets a shot.
Just 2.5 for Culver after 12 in half number 1. McNeese on the floor with the basketball. Spun on Owens. Tough pass out of bounds.
On it, and he tried to do a quick spin, and lower body and upper body were not in sync.
Before his ankle injury in late November, he was averaging just under 10 points and 7 rebounds a game. Missed 2 games in early December. Has played in Oklahoma's last 6 games, but just 9 points total. He re-aggravated that ankle injury in the win over Oklahoma State Saturday. Francis off the rebound to OU again.
Boy, if I'm Texas Tech, everybody is shooting right now except Jarrett Culver.
Sooners plus 11 on the boards. Foul on the Red Raiders. 35-31 Oklahoma at the half. It's going to slow down near the pace where Texas Tech usually allows per game. Just 53 points a game allowed, coming in second in the nation.
Great defense, Tariq Owens.
And the tip by Francis, then Little takes the ball right back. Another fast break for Texas Tech ends in a turnover. Riddle's just 3 points today. McNeese the double. Connects on his first points of the evening.
That's what Jamani McNeese is capable of in the battle for Atlantis. Averaged 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 block shots. He is uber athletic when he's at 100%.
Here's the touch for Culver. To the corner, and Francis connects. His first points of the evening. Red Raiders within 2. Bieniemy inside James, draws contact, got the ball back, and a foul there. Culver.
Look, I want people to quit calling him a shot blocker. He's accepted that as his longer identity, and while that is his...
Chris Beard says Tariq Owens has a bright professional future.
Yeah, he said he's going to play in the NBA. Absolutely.
One up to James. A 9-2 Texas Tech run has them within 3. What a first step by Culver, and then just lost the ball off his foot.
Since Jarrett Culver has taken a shot. Here's this. It looks like a 2-3 for Texas Tech, and then when they cross over, it switches over into a man-to-man.
Alexi double from the corner. Reynolds. Francis keeps his dribble. Mooney inside. Odiase cuts the deficit line. Offensive foul.
Odiase really effective. Matt Mooney does that a lot. When he comes across the lane, he's going to jump stop and try to step through.
Chris Beard says Matt Mooney earned his team's respect right away due to his work ethic. Transfer from South Dakota, where he played 2 seasons for the Coyotes. Here's Culver. The trip, and Bieniemy with the strip. Here comes Reynolds. Francis will be called for the foul.
Thunding at him, out on the perimeter, jabbing at him like he was coming for a triple team.
Reynolds.
And you're looking for a way to get Jarrett Culver a shot, I'd go post him up, let him have the ball just like he did going into the locker room at the end of the first half.
Colt.
2 field goal attempts is unacceptable. I mean, they just have got to get him the ball more and get him in a position to score. He's doing a lot of it starting out with the ball out on the perimeter. I'd run him around, let him cut, and give it to him down there with his back to the basket.
Here's Mooney. Now Francis with 13 to shoot.
Well, they've got him inside with a guard on him.
Drives on James, draws contact. Christian James. Brandon Francis, highly touted recruit, said Francis was inconsistent in everything in life and gave him strict discipline and academic policies, including moving him into on-campus housing away from the team. He adjusted, got acclimated not just to his team, but to the Texas Tech campus. Chris Beard says he's proud of him the way he's come around. Tie game in Lubbock after 2 free throws. Odiase, the
Texas Tech running a double team at Christian James to take the ball out of his hands.
Francis halfway down. Culver got stripped again. Bieniemy the tip. Doolittle took it away, and Calixte, his shot blocked. There was Francis coming all the way down the floor. Here comes Culver. Backdoor feed intercepted. Another Culver turnover. Offensive foul. And it's Francis drawing the charge on Doolittle. In the second half, 10 minutes, 25 seconds through. We'll remind you again, this Texas Tech team allowing just 53 a game, second in the nation. That defense has helped the Red Raiders right back in it. A chance to take the lead. Mooney. Red Raiders money.
Not very good defense that time. Matt Mooney got the ball up at the top and all the way to the rim. Nobody rotated over.
Calixte over Moretti. Can't get the roll. Texas Tech now holding their own on the rebounds. A 9-2 Red Raider run. Owens. Now Francis 10 to shoot. Moretti. Good defense, Oklahoma.
Really good defense that time by OU.
Rebounds for Oklahoma. They're +8, but Texas Tech with the edge this half on the boards. Bieniemy, Owens the block, Doolittle the foul, tied again.
Yeah, Deshaun Corpru's got to dive in there when he sees a guy running free and Tariq Owens rotates over to block the shot. Boy, it's every man's got to get inside the paint and put a body on somebody.
Mooney in the post double. Francis. What a minute by the senior from the Dominican Republic on both ends of the floor. 8 all this half for Francis. James. What it up? Moretti the rebound. Mooney the spin and the lob to Owens. I don't think he was
and helping me with everything I could growing up. You can see how much she's an influence to you, the tattoo of her on your left forearm. Chris Beard says how proud he is of you. Thanks for being with us.
Brandon Francis's mom, Kenya, the tattoo on his left forearm to always remind him of the sacrifices she made while they lived in the Dominican Republic. Francis's 8 second-half points have helped the Red Raiders to a 3-point lead, under 7 to go, and the shot clock winding down for OU. Reynolds draws contact with 3 on the shot clock.
He just jumped up and flailed his arms, and nice job drawing a foul. 81% free throw shooting.
Here tonight, Texas Tech Saturday will go down to Texas. Place amazingly they haven't won out in over 20 years. Texas falling to Oklahoma earlier tonight.
Man, 81% free throw shooter, just missed 2 free throws.
Tech down 4 at the half, 3-0 and trailing at the half coming in, and now up 3.
Rebounding much better here in the second half.
OU was so good getting hands on those passes. Odiase, though,
Was on the run, not expecting the pass, and good job catching it and not traveling.
errant pass. Team that doesn't commit many turnovers coming in. It's now up to 13, but most of those this half. In fact, 9 of those 13 this half.
Well, I'd get Christian James involved this time down.
Doolittle, as he spun, Culver comes up with the double. James, what a tie it. Tip out of bounds. Oklahoma this half. He is 1 of 5 from the floor in the second half, 0 of 3 from long range. Francis comes out to a hand from this crowd. Reynolds. No shots were fired.
They're tempting him to shoot a 3. He has struggled out there, just 7 for 27, shooting 26% for the season.
Sooners 1 of 6 from long range in the second half. Riddles, cut off. Bieniemy tries it from beyond the arc. Enough. Owens the rebound. Doolittle called for the foul away from the basketball.
Away, and the momentum made it look like the shove was worse than perhaps it really was.
Jarrett Culver just 2 points this half. His teammates have done the job. Another possession as the shot clock gets under 10. Owens. Teams have had open looks, Reed. Both teams are mightily struggling from the floor as of late. Manek gives it a try. In comes tie game.
You know, he just shows flashes where the game looks really easy to him. He was down inside, popped out, and a lightning quick release getting that ball out of his hands.
His third 3, 13 on the night for the sophomore from Hera, Oklahoma. Culver this time makes his way inside for the 2.
See, that's what I would keep doing if I'm Texas Tech. Give him that ball down there in the post and let him go to work.
No pass, but Moretti intercepts it.
Boy, he had a teammate wide open down out here. If he'd have gone diagonal and tried a risky no-look pass to the corner.
Reynolds comes to help out on Culver, who keeps his dribble. To the paint, to the rim, 2 in the foul.
Step and finish that play.
Texas Tech 10 of 10 from the line tonight. Still perfect. Culver 5 of 5. Biggest lead for Texas Tech this half. Foul call, that's on Owens.
Yeah, if your Kruger could force the Texas Tech defense to, you know, pick their poison.
Next Red Raiders foul puts Oklahoma in the bonus. And they'll go to the free throw line now. Mooney called for the hold.
James with just 3 points here in the second half.
Three three-pointers, but all coming in the first half.
Comes into this game 4th in the Big 12 in scoring and rebounding.
Calmly drains both free throws. Home team has won the last 6 meetings between these two. Red Raiders looking to hold on for the final 3-10. Culver. Manek got his hand on it. Culver got it back. Continues to take over this game.
You're exactly right. He has taken over this basketball game. Well, he has been outstanding the last 2 minutes.
He has the last 8 Texas Tech points.
Good defense.
Doodle. Charging call. Had to wait. Tonight, Baylor defeating Iowa State. Oklahoma State defeating Texas, both by 3 points.
Texas Tech has held Oklahoma to just 18 points in the second half, and they're actually +1 rebounding. Remember, they were out-rebounded by 9 in the first half.
Red Raiders 10 of 19 from the floor this half. Oklahoma opponents coming in, hitting just 38% of their shots. 9th best opposing shooting percentage in the nation. With the shot clock winding down, Moretti off the mark from long range.
Not a very good shot.
Coming up to 2 minutes remaining at the United Supermarkets Arena. Manek, as he slipped and fell, somehow made that catch to keep the possession alive. Bieniemy off the mark, and Manek the board. Calixte cuts the deficit to 2.
Big-time shot by Aaron Calixte. How about the efforts of Brady Manek? I mean, he caught that ball parallel to the ground.
Talk about concentration. Lincoln Riley needs a big tight end. Good look to number 35.
Well, that wasn't traveling because he didn't establish a pivot foot. It's not like he came down with his feet and then fell. He just caught it laying down.
Over, finds Owens inside. Owens' second field goal.
Leads the team in scoring, rebound.
Season 40-11 his last 1.5 seasons after an 18-14 debut. Hoping his Red Raiders can hold on. Oklahoma, the oldest major conference team in the country, looks to rally from 4 down. Calixte up in the air, finds James. Under a minute left in Lubbock.
See how low he's getting with that ball as he's dribbling it now. He's had 4 turnovers, and he's really getting down over the top of the ball.
Whistle on the contact. Fourth, and Norins Odiase, 68% from the line coming in. That was his first. He's gone through multiple injuries.
Yeah, I was just thinking that same thing. Man, this kid has just persevered, hadn't he?
The spiritual leader of this Red Raider team puts them up 6. Bieniemy cuts the deficit in half. Timeout, Oklahoma. % free throw shooter. Mooney the inbounds, and he'll find Moretti.
Yeah, straight up defense.
Trap comes to Mooney, who finds Moretti. Red Raiders will take their time. The double. Oh, and a foul. Calixte.
The bottom of your screen, leaning into him, saying he initiated that contact.
Well, when you're
93% free throw shooter.
A 2-possession game now. 21.2 left. Oklahoma down 5. Bieniemy. Way off this time. Ball out of bounds to the Red Raiders.
Boy, if I'm OU, I foul before the clock ever starts going.
Texas Tech does call timeout. The Red Raiders perfect from the line so far tonight. Rebounds. Three-possession game, 13.8 left. Texas Tech will go to 3-0 in the Big 12. 4-0 when trailing at the half. Off the James miss, Jarrett Culver will let the clock run out and did not